So hi, this is a little quick video on some tips and stuff for installing your camera. You can see here I've already got the camera placed there. I've been trying to put them just under the rear view mirror. Seems to be a good place. A lot of these newer ones have this big black area around the rear view mirror and it's hard to get them mounted up. If you mount it up over here, a lot of times then the sun visor will interfere with it. So you can either mount it up here if you don't use the visor, don't have a lot of passengers, you can mount it up in that area. Otherwise, I like to put them just under the rear view mirror. Good rule of thumb is if you can see that little eye there from when you're sitting down in the vehicle, then you should be in real good shape. But try to just tuck it up so the eye is just underneath of the rear view mirror. Then it's easy you get a good visual and it doesn't block your line of sights. So next thing to do then, if most of these vehicles, it might be hard to see, there's either going to be one or two. The new Chevys and Dodge I think had two. This is a Ford, so it has just a long strip. Just need like all the really tools you need are 10mm socket and a little pry bar, a little flat bar, so you can pry off some of this stuff. If you get behind here, you'll see where the two spots are, and pry that off, and this will pop off. And then I've got the screws out already, but there'll be two locations, and that's where you need the 10mm socket. And if you pull those out, then this will just pop right off of there. There's just clips behind there, so you can pop that out. Then just feed your wire. You can tuck it in behind here and then tuck it up under here and then tuck it in along here. Sometimes I just tuck it behind, or if you wants to pop around, use a zip tie. Next thing you'll need to do on this side panel here, all of them are going to have a side panel like this here, and those are all just clipped on also. You just pop that off and you can open up that. Then you can fish that wire down the side here. And then what I like to do on all these newer ones, there seems to be a nice open space in here, so you can fish your wire for your connector for the gateway, and then mount that right up in here. The gateway will then plug into this little plug in this box, will plug into that, and then if you look in here, there's the USB ports where you'll plug that camera into. Looking underneath, you'll see that there's the port there for your diagnostics, and that and you guys with the rentals, you can just actually, I usually pop that off and then put the new one back in that spot. But for you guys without using the GPS and stuff, you can just plug that right into that there, and then just tie this one up so it's out of the way. Because with the rentals, you don't have to put the GPS in, and then because whenever it goes in for a dealership or whatever, they always pull that off anyway. So it's just, for the rentals, it's easy just to leave it right there. So then you can just tie that, plug this in, and plug that in, and you'll see this will come on with a kind of an amber light, and then it'll flash a bunch of times, and then it should go to a solid green. Once it's gone through its startup, it'll flash. And then once you fished your cable down all the way through there, sorry about this, I'm trying to do it, video it, and then that'll plug into the USB that's from the camera. So once you got that set up, then you can just hide all your wires along in here, and then just find something that I usually just use a long zip tie and tie this up so it's secure up underneath in here. If you got any questions, you can always call me or email me. Otherwise, it's pretty simple once. And minimal tools. The main thing you'll need is that 10mm wrench, and then it's just to snap the two panels back in place and put those bolts back in up here in this upper thing that's in there where your grab bar is. So that's kind of some quick tips. If you got any questions, you can always contact me and I can give you some help. All right, thanks.